Everyone, it's Loving Jay, and this video is about jobs and careers. So, when I looked up the definition of a job, it's a paid position of regular employment. When I Google career definition, it's an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. So, a job and a career. So, right now, I am in management for a sales department. So, basically, what I do is I lead a group of commission based frontline employees to help them achieve and or exceed goals set by the company that I work for. It's my role to help coach, develop, and train these employees to be the best that they can be. So that way they are rewarded with not only their paycheck, but the additional benefits that come along with being successful consistently. What is a job to me? A job is simply something that gets the bills paid. Um, let's say I were to get let go tomorrow. It happens. I'm going to look for a job to pay my bills. I will go work at whatever company just to make sure that I get a paycheck so that I can keep a roof over my head and also so that I can keep my bills paid, right? That job doesn't have any type of meaning to me. It's simply a means to get a paycheck so that I can survive, right? A career has meaning to it. A career means that I see myself in this position or this job, or excuse me, not this job, but this role or with this company for years, unless something happens, right? Sometimes companies close, sometimes um, they consolidate their employment, sometimes they realign or restructure their organization. So things happen, right? Your intention or what you should be doing if you're trying to decide on if you want to get a job or a career is what are your goals? What's your short-term goal and what's your long-term goal? If your short-term goal is just to get a paycheck, then you'll probably be looking for a job. But if you're looking for something that will allow you to progress or stay with a company for years and years and years, you'd be looking for a career. Now, a job is just any place, right? But a career, and what career is going to make you happy? So, if I had to give someone advice who is looking for a career, what are you good at? What's your personality type? What comes natural to you? If you are able to position the benefits of something, then you might want to look at sales or even marketing. If you are good at listening to people and helping them understand what their problems may be or the problems that they perceive that they have, then maybe you want to look at something for counseling. If you are good at conflict resolution, maybe human resource, or if you are good with assessing issues in the workplace and putting in place development programs or strategies to help people be successful and create a work environment that allows people to show up as a whole person and be the best that they can be, maybe you need to consider something like IO psychology. Maybe you want to be an air traffic controller. Maybe you want to be a bank general manager. Maybe you want to work at a car dealership. Whatever makes you happy, right? Again, if you're just looking for something to just pay the bills, it's going to be a job. If you're looking for something with longevity, it's going to be a career. Consider what's the history of the company? What does their C-level suite staff look like? What are their financial statements looking like? What are the initiatives that they have outside of being a profitable company? Do they have corporate social responsibility where they're working with the community to make the community better? Do they have a STEM project? Do they have a STEM initiative? Do they have an education initiative where they are working with the community to give people who don't have access to technology resources so that way they can be a student that's accustomed to the world that we live in? Do they have diversity and inclusion initiatives within the company and outside of the company? What is their mission and vision? Do they offer tuition assistance? Do they offer a 401k? What benefits do they offer? Look on LinkedIn, find people and reach out to them. See how they like the job. Go to different things like Glassdoor and go through different things like Indeed or whatever you can do to find reviews on the CEO. Check and see if they're on the list of best employers to work for. Are they a Fortune 500 company? What makes the company that you're wanting to work for stick out? You know, so say for example, if I was someone who was looking for a job and I was good at sales, right? I would be looking for a job that allows me the ability to be a salesperson and for me to be comfortable in that environment and maybe progress myself as I look for longevity within the company. Also, I have to consider the other things that are happening outside of work. Do I have a family? Am I dating someone? Do I have like student loans? Do I have a car payment? How much is my rent? Etc. Etc. So when you consider all of those things, you want to be in a company that is going to meet all of your needs. It's going to provide you the flexibility to work in terms of paid time off benefits, or maybe scheduling your flexing your schedule, excuse me, or what happens if you have death in the family? What happens if you want to go to school? What if you go to church on certain days and you need that flexibility? Are they going to be able to work with you? Do you have an illness? Do you need FML, or do you need access to short-term disability or long-term disability? These are the questions that you want to consider. Do you believe in the product that the company is offering? That's important, because if you don't believe in the product and you don't know the product or service, then it's going to be hard for you to sell or convince somebody to buy or purchase that product or service. Is there room for growth? Does the employment or the employees look like you want them to look? Are you looking for a diverse group of employees, or are you looking for a set group of people? You know, read the job descriptions that they have. Review. Do this. Do an informational interview where you reach out to somebody who works with the company. Say, hey, I see that you work for company X, Y, and Z. I would like to get 15 to 20 minutes of your time to maybe get some information or some background on what the company is like. So that way you have an idea on if it's going to be a job or if it's going to be a career. Make sure that you're doing something that's going to make you happy and not make you stressed. Life is too short. You don't want to be in a job for 10, 20 years. You want to be in a career, so that way you can show up as a whole person. You can leverage your personality. You can be who you need to be without having to worry about what people are going to say. Review the code of conduct. Review their ethics. Do they have like some type of credo or some type of call to action that all of their employees follows? This is the type of research that you need to do. And when you get to the interview, then you need to be able to communicate how you fit what the company is looking for and how the company meets your needs. And if you can find a company that can do everything that you need it to do, then that might be the company that you would want to look for in trying to secure a career. If you're not satisfied or you're not fulfilled where you're working now, then you need to consider, am I happy with what I'm doing? Does it meet all of my needs? Can I see myself here for a long period of time? Are they giving me the environment that I need in order to be successful? If not, you might want to consider the things that we talked about a little bit earlier. I hope that this video helps you. You probably would, you might want to go back and listen to some of the things that I said, so that way you can kind of take it in and maybe take notes. So that way, when you're doing your research, you know exactly what you need to look for. So that way, you're able to make the best decision for you and your family, or your significant other, or whoever it may be. I would encourage you to also know your personality, so you know what jobs might fit you. And also know what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and what you're willing to compromise on, and what you're not willing to compromise on. You need to really put a lot of research into the company and a lot of soul searching and making sure that your needs are going to get met and you can meet the needs of the company. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to hit me up, leave any comments. Know that you are loved and you are needed, and it's been a pleasure. Have a good one.